Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we are here today. We've returned from a long slumber.
From the longest of slumbers.
Welcome to this week's edition of the 5 o'clock reboot.
The 4 o'clock.
The 4 o'clock reboot with your good pal Alex and your good buddy Derry.
Hi.
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 You're a bad luck right. But for real, welcome. Guys, is it okay if we go ahead and introduce the drink so we got a lot to get through here?
Oh, we haven't started yet.
Have we not?
Have we not? We didn't sync.
I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to take the reins. I'm going to introduce this episode. Yeah,
Did not sync
Did
audio.
not sync audio. Where it's going to be it's going to be like whenever you listen to that before you cut it, it's like my father and you're going to get the like you're going to be like one of us is going to be talking, the other one's this is gorgeous on cam. Look at this. And it's gorgeous on
Oh no. What happened to TikTok?
Oh, we already got it. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be something? Oh my god.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to another installment of the 5 o'clock reboot, where we will be starting your week off right, even though we've missed now 2 weeks from not only uploads, but also recording. Hi, I've missed you guys. How have you been? Wow, that's really great stuff.
Yeah.
We've done a lot this week.
So much.
And last week. So before we cover any of that, we're going to immediately hit it off right and immediately start doing the drinks instead of getting lost on a tangent and forgetting to do the drinks.
Yeah. So, it was my turn to buy again. You know what that means? It's something that's kind of weak, but manageable. So I don't scream at the neighbors like I have in the past. I have a bad history with getting drunk and getting loud. Like I'm all my rowdy friends, I'm the rowdy friend.
I am the rowdy friend.
I never thought I would be the rowdy friend, but I am the rowdy friend. Today, we had so much fun with the last wine that we had. So much fun that I thought we should do it again, just with a different brand. So today we are drinking a Pinot Grigio, but it's not just any Pinot Grigio. Today is the Aussie's favorite. I don't know if it's the Aussie's favorite or not, but it is Yellowtail Pinot Grigio wine. This has, let's see here, 2022, crafted by the Casella family in Australia. This has a, let's see here, this shows how much research I did on this before I grabbed it from Walmart.
It's the world's most loved wine brand.
Well, if they're saying that, that's a pretty bold statement.
That's a very bold statement.
If I don't love this wine, I'm going to find a pen and mark this label out. But
I'm going to find a Sharpie.
Yeah, this is 11.5% alcohol by volume.
Oh my.
Which is a pretty stout. Oh my Jesus Christ. This is a stout wine. But it says that it is fresh and zesty, bursting with red apple, pear, and passion fruit flavors. The Casella family has been crafting wines for generations. The same family traditions and passion carry on today through Yellowtail. Great tasting Australian wine that brings a smile to everyone's lips.
If I'm not smiling by this, I'll be very upset.
We should probably do the...
It's far too late now.
Gotta do the fucking
B-roll.
Fucking B-roll.
Google it.
Google Yellowtail Pinot Grigio and look at it. Yellowtail. Oh my God, that's a really cool kangaroo though.
Yes, that is a vibey kangaroo.
The kangaroo be vibing.
Do be vibing. Here at the 5 o'clock reboot.
That looks like, if you blur that, that looks like a freaking like Capri Sun commercial or Sunny D commercial. You know what I mean?
Those old ones from way back when.
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh yeah.
guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
The opening of the bottle.
Allow me to turn up the gain.
Jesus Christ, with your gain that high, I hope a fly doesn't shit.
Oh my lord.
Jeez. Fucking
That was crispy.
take me out back and crack my toes.
Smells amazing.
No. 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 I'm a mile away from the microphone. I am literally a mile away from the microphone, and that is normal sound waves.
Possibly the crispiest that we've ever had here on the 5 o'clock reboot. Without a shadow of a doubt. The crispiest that we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm very excited about this one.
Give it a whiff before we get started.
Little,
Ooh,
very.
this actually smells better than the last one.
Yes, it smells kind of like apple, but with pear.
Yeah, it kind of smells like it's going to be fresh and zesty, bursting with red apple, pear, and passion fruit flavor. That's what it smells like to me. First one's free.
First one's free. Oh my. Ah.
This is way fruitier than the last one.
But it's also, it's zesty.
Please tell me you didn't get like a hard like fucking bite, because I didn't.
No, I didn't get a hard bite. It immediately went from ooh to ah.
Yeah, like this, it has a very sweet beginning, and then it quickly turns to that zest. But you know, you kind of expect that with like something, you know, when they're saying like apple and passion fruit.
Yeah.
Because those things are very like can be very tart.
Yes.
So it makes a lot of sense. They didn't lie to us.
My.
Oh yeah,
That's not bad.
this
But
bottle's gonna do well to last 45 minutes.
like, if that, honestly, because it is really good.
I don't know why I'm putting the lid on this thing.
Mine is.
So
I've missed you.
I've missed you too, buddy. Fucking put my fingers in the World Cup with that shit.
How do you miss?
How do you miss a fucking PK in the World Cup? One of them, the guy's like, okay, so I found this TikTok that really tickled my fancy. And this guy vocoded himself screaming about the World Cup. And he's like, how do you miss a fucking penalty kick? The goal is like 10 times the size of the goalie.
It's so good.
Jeez. But yeah. Now that we got the important business, the opening ceremony of the episode out of the way, I have to turn down my gain a little. which leads me to ask you, Derek.
Yes.
How's the past 2 weeks treated you, buddy?
Fuck me up. Has the last 2 weeks been a roller coaster? So, I'll start from last week and work our way to present day. So my job has been tinkling around the idea to move me up to a key holder or a supervisor. It's not set in stone. We've talked about it back and forth. But before we do any kind of that talk, I was already going to Michigan. First time I've ever been to Michigan. Went up there for my first ever rave. We went to go see Sullivan King and Entourage there. Very, very cool venue. I was very happy to go up there and check out all the new little bits and bobs and try to understand Michigan as a whole. But in order to get to there, we did pass through multiple states. Passed through Kentucky, passed through Ohio, passed through Indiana, all that other fun stuff. Saw reactor number 4. It was great stuff. But as we went up, we noticed in Corbin, Kentucky was the first KFC.
Yeah, they are based out of Corbin. Their first was in Corbin.
That is 2 hours from us, by the way.
Just 2 hours?
Just 2 hours.
That's closer than Buc-ee's.
Exactly.
Well, not for long, but...
Well. But, so we go up there. It was a super cool venue. I loved everyone there. I did have a few issues as we were up there. I did post about it. First show, someone grabbed my ass. Not a good time. I know as a man, I should feel like somewhat gratification on that, but I was just like, no.
Yeah, no. That's still sexual assault.
Yeah. It was a small hand, so it's either a really small man or a very brave woman. But someone just copped a fucking feel in my ass. And the second day was no better because then I had someone's nails just kind of finagling up my bare back, which is not good. I had my first panic attack in like 5 years, and it was so bad it lasted me for 2 hours.
Oh my God. 2
hours. I have never had one last that long before. It sucked. But I had my buddy Zach with me. Zach is a trooper.
Thank
Zach
God.
is a G.
Thank God.
He literally sat there with me for the entire 2 hours. Cannot praise this man enough. But after having a 2 hour long panic attack, I was emotionally checked out. Gone. But on our way back down, we made it our God's mission. Sent straight from Michael himself to go to the world's first Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I thought you were about to just stop at Kentucky.
Just go to the world's first Kentucky.
First Kentucky. You cross the line, you're like, we made it.
We made it. But we made it our mission to go to KFC. So we went to KFC. I got... Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Here. Where are you?
You got, lad?
No.
Is it on your bed?
No. Put it. At home. One moment.
Oh my God. Secret agent man over here rappelling off his couch.
Where the fuck is it?
Secret agent man. Derek, the international man of mystery.
Where did it go?
The mystery. Where did it go?
So, went to the world's first KFC, bought a pen, bought a button, says I ate where it all began. But before we went to KFC, the first night of the rave, I wanted nothing to do with my job. They were wanting to take shots of their stuff from work. I said, no. I said, I am not at work. I am drinking something, not from work. I agonized for about 45 minutes in one aisle between two things. I said, fuck it, I'm buying both. I bought a 1.5 liter of Ozeki sake.
A fucking mini keg of sake.
Happy purchase. Plus, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Still have some left.
That's the best damn thing you'll never remember.
Exactly. But that was $59. Now, this other sake was also $59, hence why I was agonizing. First off, the bag, beautiful, gorgeous. But then, the bottle.
That is a gorgeous bottle.
The camera cannot do it justice. The gold, the red, the black, just beautiful. This is technically not a sake. It's more of a off-brand whiskey, if I were to be honest with you.
It felt like it.
Yeah. It kicked like a mule. Now, anytime that we burp, we taste peaches.
No matter what we do.
Nope. But I got that fella there. Then after we came back from after we came back from the rave, I had to immediately get ready for Yamacon.
Yeah.
The convention that I go to every year.
Yeah, I haven't heard you talk anything about Yamacon yet.
Yamacon was a fucking blast. As always. Anytime I go to Yamacon, it's always, I'll pick out certain cosplay to do. But one is always a mainstay. That is my Thought Patrol. Gotta do my Thought Patrol.
Absolutely, it must.
And people always love it. People think it's hilarious. Even though I'm like literally tacked out carrying a M4 platform gun and my sidearm. But people always love it because it's a big joke. Because Thought Patrol, you know. I took pictures with people. I went to the Senpai Central, which is the after hours. Got to hang out with people there. Met tons of cool people there. It's always a fantastic experience to go to because sometimes you can even hang out with some of the voice actors.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I mean they're still people too, you know.
Well,
so
absolutely.
They'll come there and just kind of hang out and drink, as one does. Zach actually got to share whiskey with one of them last year or the year before.
Man, I keep telling myself that I'm going to go to Yamacon.
You need to.
Last year was the closest I've ever been to going. And
Yes.
that was because I was in the parking lot. During the monsoon.
The monsoon.
Oh my gosh, dude.
My fucking God.
I felt like a little fucking like a little sergeant.
Yeah.
With my privates behind me.
Look at it that time. It's right there.
Yeah, no, like because we got to his car because that's where the supplies were, and I had a couple people from work with me.
Was that for our first or second?
It was for the time you bought because I bought the first two. I bought the first 2 weeks.
So that was. What was that? That wasn't the UV vodka, was it?
I think it was. That may have been the 3rd and 4th episodes.
We're looking it up.
But how it happened last year is my work got delayed because there was a big storm coming in. And I had been talking up this coffee place in town for a while. And I told him, I was like, hey, I asked him, I was like, you guys want to go get coffee? Because like we were already at work whenever everything was said and done. I was like, well, I'll get my opening duties done. And then whenever we open for good, then I'll just come back. We'll just be able to run. You know what I mean? I'll have a little bit of
Club Caribe.
Caribe. Yes. Yes, that is what it was. That was some bomb ass shit. I finished that.
I tanked it.
I mean, I didn't finish it that night, but like I continued to drink it. After the second episode, I was very cautious. But I had them with me. I was like, I gotta pick up something real quick on our way. And they were gonna meet my now fiance and stuff. And I was like, we gotta stop by the convention center first. And we get there, and I get a hold of you, and we walk over to his car before it starts like raining. I was like, we gotta be quick. We get over to his car, and all of a sudden, 0 to like 300 miles per hour, because the wind, we got a big old gust of wind, and the rain happened at the same time. It immediately started raining sideways. Like, you can't look up and run because water is actively flooding your eyeballs. So like it hits, and we all like take cover behind the car. We're like, oh my God. And I was like, we gotta get back to the truck. I was like, move. So like I would like we had taken cover. I was like peeking out behind like a car. I was peeking out behind his car, and I'd be like, there's a car. And like, we're clear, move. And like we were like ducking and running. They were like, I can't take it, Sarge. I was like, get on your fucking feet. Pull yourself on your feet, soldier. We are leaving. Yeah, like
Literally, it was straight up like we were storming the beaches of Normandy.
Dude, dead ass. And like we kept like car hopping. Like we would like run across, be like, it's clear. Run across, duck behind the car, and like eventually I was like, the truck's right there. We all hop in the truck. We are soaked. We were in the rain for not even 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes.
Not anywhere close to 5 minutes.
Through to the bone. They also got to meet my family because I said, I'm not going to let y'all sit in those clothes. Okay, that sounds really bad. Don't take that wrong. I did the whole finger wave. But I said, guys, if you're willing, I was like, because I feel really guilty because I got you into this situation. I would like to take you guys to my mother's house, which was very close. And I have clothes that I could get you guys in. And I would love to like dry y'all's clothes because I can't have you sitting like this. You'll get sick. It's very uncomfortable, and I don't want it to be this way. So like I took them back and like fitted them in my clothes. And one of them, like my buddy Jeremiah, you know Jeremiah?
Yeah.
He still has my socks.
I did ask Jeremiah if he was going this year, and he unfortunately didn't get to go.
He was geeking out last year whenever we were like pulling in. He was like, oh my God, that's so and so. And I'm like, hell yeah, man, you know your shit. You know? But I remember oh my gosh. Fun fact about the socks that he still has. He was in my friend Jenna Lee, he was in her wedding. Right? He was a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Right? And so like he was there like after, of course nobody was like naked or anything like that, but like he was there, and like she had her veil and stuff like in the trail, whatever it is, and she was like walking around in it for a second, and they realized that there were socks being drug around with it. This like not in the middle of the ceremony, but like while she was walking around, there were socks in it. And come to find out, those were the socks that I gave him.
Oh my God.
My socks have traveled.
Your socks have had an adventure.
Brotherhood of the Traveling Socks, man.
Brotherhood of the Traveling Socks.
We need to write this shit down.
Write that down.
Oh my God. You remember when that was
Oh my God. We are going back through memory lane.
Remember when that was your favorite fucking input? Write that down.
Oh my God. We are. Oh no.
Oh man, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your Yamacon story. You can continue right on, buddy. I'm gonna continue drinking. I'm making up for last week's soberness.
So, first night of Senpai Central was pretty mild. They always have like a burlesque show, which I generally don't find interest in, just because I don't really enjoy just sitting down and be like, but it was the only thing going on. So I went to go to do that, and I mean it was pretty cool. Every time I see it, the more I want to do it in the next year. Like I want to get ripped and just like get a routine together and then just do a whole show. But my favorite people, Vitamin H, my favorite people in this entire world, they always do like bad hentai dubs.
Oh my God.
So like they search through all the hentai and they find the funniest dubbings and then they just broadcast it. There's a couple of rules. You can't record it, stuff like that. But I've seen it a billion times and it never doesn't crack me up because they're so bad. Like, they're awful.
Oh my God. So is it like, do they redub this stuff or do they like find bad dubs and play the bad dubs?
They find bad dubs and play the bad dubs.
Oh my God.
So the voice of Ash Ketchum.
No.
And I think it's Yugi?
No.
Yeah. Yugi did a lot of hentai. Yeah.
Okay, listen. If you need work.
If you need work.
I was almost in an animated sexual video.
Alex, what the fuck?
Okay. I told the lady that I don't think it would have been a good idea.
Uh-huh.
Because I was 16 at the time. I was working at the Tomb when that place was a thing. And this lady and her child came in, and I can't remember their pronouns, but they I think it was a biological female wanting to be called a male. Like, and I was, whether or not I subscribe to things, I'm going to be polite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to call you that out of principle. It's like, man, I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe. And I'm going to be nice to you because I want to be nice to you. You know what I mean? That was basically what it was. And she, like, appreciated that at the end, right? She was like, I really appreciate you being cool. Whenever I first heard your voice and your accent, I didn't think you were going to be, like, on board with this kind of stuff, because I took them through the attraction, the 45-minute to an hour thing. They took the hour. My God, they took the hour, which is saying something. Very sweet people, but they took the hour. And after everything was said and done, she was like, I really appreciate it, and she was talking about entertainment. She was like, well, I'm a cam girl. I was like, yeah. You don't strike me as that? All right. That's cool. Why are you telling me all this? And she was like, and I also do animations, like adult animations. And I think you would be great for a project that I'm going to try to work on. And I was like, ma'am, I really appreciate the offer. And I friended her on Facebook and everything. I was like, I really appreciate the offer. I said, but I am 16 years old. And I don't think that would be a great idea for me. Now, if it was me now, knowing like what I know about, like,
I would have been all over it.
Knowing what I know like now about fucking like voiceover stuff, like shit, I could sit in my room at home and be like, oh yeah, fucking and fucking
Oh.
But at the time I was like, I'm very sorry that to not. But yeah, I was almost in a. Wait a minute, no, I'm remembering this wrong. She did say that she would like for me to do that at one point, but what she was going to offer, what she was wanting me to do originally was it was like a coexist cartoon thing she was doing, where she was wanting to do like with the different deities and stuff, and she wanted me to like voice one of those. And I was like, sorry, I'm not gonna like blaspheme super hard. But I'm a different man now than I was then. I mean, I still try not to blaspheme as much as I can, but oh my God, there it was. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, there's a little backstory on old Alex there.
God.
Yeah, Alex was about to be a fucking
Degenerate.
Like, oh man, what am I gonna do to like get these sounds? Like, because I couldn't like pleasure myself or anything.
Well, yeah.
Because like, number one, if I'm sitting in front of a mic, I lived in a double wide trailer where I could hear it if my mom farted across the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, Silent but Deadly did not exist. I could hear air move. You know what I mean?
You're like, the air pressures change.
I had to figure out how to take care of business like a ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody could know. So even if I were to like put myself in a kind of position, I would be like, okay. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yes, quiet.
Yeah, I'm arriving.
And then like, you know, pretend I'm doing something else and just be like, 50 push-ups, wow.
Wow. 50 whole push-ups.
You know, try to say something to throw everybody off the scent, you know? Do that shit in the bathroom at work.
I feel like that's how those dubs went. Because they were rough.
Like, rough?
Like, just dumb. You'll have to see it next year. They always show up to YamaCon. If they show up to another convention where they have an 18+ panel, I'll let you know.
Fucking whips down their pants and it does the whole like fucking close up on the surprised face, you know? It's just like, oh, he's curled his scrotal hair. You know what I'm saying?
Not quite that, but
I'm sorry.
It's pretty damn close to that.
Really?
There's one particular one. Yes.
Are you allowed to say anything?
Not without getting banned.
Oh! We have actively one viewer on TikTok.
That don't matter. You'll probably ban us too, just like everyone else.
Don't. And thank you for sticking around, by the way.
Are you just like everyone else?
I appreciate it. I'm gonna fucking fart. I'm not really. That would stink him out of this house. Especially with his mouth open like that. Fucking
Leave.
No.
No. But
I'll sleep in my car.
Beyond that, like getting to go to YamaCon again, like that is like my one vacation of the year. So getting to go and do that is always just an absolute treat. And my favorite thing about going to YamaCon is mainly just getting to see my old friends, seeing people who I haven't connected to forever. Because a couple of my friends who I used to go to high school with goes to YamaCon.
Oh.
And we never talk unless we're at YamaCon. She flat out messaged me. She's like, are you at YamaCon right now? I was like, yeah.
It's because she looks forward to seeing you, man. That's sweet.
Well, it's supposed to be her and another friend of mine, but she also, because we all went to the same comic book and anime club.
I wish Pigeon Forge had that.
They had to make it and had to get it approved. And they fought tooth and nail to get it approved.
Yeah, that kind of stuff isn't very, it ain't welcome around these parts.
Well, it is now.
It is now. It didn't used to be.
It made me so mad. That's why I don't play things like Pokemon Go.
You know, I will say, I downloaded it because a lot of people were downloading it, and I never played. Which then again, I didn't grow up on Pokemon. I didn't show up to anime until I was 16 years old. 15. No, I was 16 because I was 16 when I got my first job, and I went to my next job. Maybe I was 17. I was 17 when I got offered the adult thing. I was 17, not 16. Sorry.
Did you get interested in anime because someone talked to you about being in an adult anime film?
No, there was a girl that I kind of talked to and saw for a very brief time, who got me into Naruto. And we were talking, we talked about that before we, started hanging out, you know? And I watched so much Naruto because, the story just kept wrapping me in. And then, I would get to, filler episodes. And I'd start falling asleep and like watching the same episode, and I'd be like, fuck, I've already seen this. But I can't fast forward because I was dozing in and out. And then eventually I got through the war, and I haven't finished the little backstory filler. You know what I mean? Where it's like showing all the like couples when they were kids and stuff, and like the moments when they were kids that they were like, that one. You know what I mean?
That one.
Like, I haven't seen all those, and I also haven't seen the movies.
The movies are pretty good, but they're also like, because there's one specific one from like the Shippuden era where he saves some princess, and she's like, I want to have kids. Would you like to fulfill that, Naruto? And just like, huh? Then he's like, yeah, I'm down for anything. She alludes to having children, and he's just like, yeah, let's do it. What do you want?
It's like, what do you want? She's like, I want you to fuck me, Jerry.
I want you to fuck me, Jerry.
And then he's like, whoa. Oh my God.
He's like, believe it.
Papa Rasengan up in that thing, bro. Dude, with as much as he does that, I bet you he could whip one of them up with his dick. What do you bet? Chakra? Well, no, he wasn't that, like, he's still not like, well, no, he's, okay, now he probably could. Like, fucking hold his hand down there and start controlling the chakra. Nutsack, you know what I'm saying?
I'm so sorry. To all of you at home. I'm so sorry.
I'm not. We've been doing this for so long. You know what to expect when you start listening to this show.
I am so sorry that one man on the forklift that came to a screeching halt, dropped all 2 pallets that he's carrying, simply said the word dick, and then proceeded on doing his work.
Yeah, now there's somebody who's uncontrollably thinking about ball sacks because we've mentioned them multiple times now. Because I think I said scrotal hair earlier. That's not even a term. That's a new term that I come up with. When they start saying that in the doctor's office,
just know that I coined that.
Just know that I coined that. When we have 7 million subscribers and listeners all around the world, and they're like, hey, remember that time that Alex said scrotal hair? And they're going to be like, oh, yeah. Oh, that Alex. And then I'm going to walk in on the sitcom and be like, oh, yeah, it's me.
And then there's going to be like some disembodied applause from somewhere inside the house. You can't tell where it is.
Disembodied what?
Applause.
Oh, yeah. But well, a lot of those are laugh tracks played now. Laugh tracks like are played in those shows.
A disembodied laugh track. Like it's a normal day for you, but they're just talking about it. And you're like, yep, that's me. And then you just hear laughter from somewhere in the house.
You know what's fucked up? If you hear that laughter in like sitcoms today, a lot of those laugh tracks were recorded in the 50s. You're listening to dead people laugh.
Take a lap. God. Alex.
It's good.
Alex, please. Please, man. I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. Why are you getting weird all of a sudden?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that how much you've missed me? You're just,
yes.
You're like, I have so much to talk about.
I'm sorry for getting so weird.
That was a little left field. You're like, you're listening to dead people laugh.
I saw that in a YouTube video that I should have shown you before I mentioned it. I thought I showed it to you in the past.
I'm pretty sure I already knew it, but you were getting left field there for a second, man.
I'm getting very left field. I'm in a very special kind of way, and I think it's because of the day I had the other day. I had one of the best days I've ever had in my life. I woke up early, naturally, but I was wired. Like, I felt like I was ready.
Oh my God.
At like 7 a.m.
You okay?
Yeah.
Running the temperature?
No, not now. Not anymore. I had the flu for a week. That's one of the reasons we didn't record. One of the reasons. And I've been back at work, for a week now. But the Saturday, actually it was this past Saturday, I woke, because Friday was a little rough. Because I didn't stay late Friday. I stayed late Thursday. But I worked, and Madison and I went to see a movie on Friday, and then afterwards, Joseph came over with somebody that he's been seeing lately. Or was that Saturday? That was Saturday. Sorry, that was Saturday. Friday, I was just really tired, I guess. Like, I came home. I had to go get stuff from my mom. That's what it was. I had to go get stuff from my mom. I also had to go get nicotine. And I got home. I had supper. And I was laying in my recliner. And I passed out at like 9 o'clock. Like, I fell asleep.
Shit.
I was tired. And I woke up naturally at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Took my time taking a shower. Brushed my teeth, had my morning bowel movement and shit, you know? A morning movement. Yeah, no, I'm alive. I'm here. And I didn't do the dishes the night before because I fell asleep. It took me a while to get the dishes done because like I had a lot of scrubbing to do because it sat out overnight. But I did my dishes and I had time after I did all of that. At first I put on sea shanties while I did the dishes. Madison was still asleep. Put on sea shanties, did the dishes. After I got that done, I had time to make myself a cup of coffee. I had the Christmas tree turned on. That was the only light. That and like another light in my kitchen. That was my light. And then I put on this really calm, like Celtic harp music. And there's a picture of a Viking sitting on a horse in a snowy field. On my TV, like this kind of like, not too bright, but like not necessarily a dimly lit place. A cup of coffee in my hand. Which, by the way, was my first like cup of coffee in like a month. Because I've been drinking tea. Like hot tea. I felt accomplished. And I had like 15 minutes to like sit and just think and be alone and remove myself from this world. Like mentally. And I did that, enjoyed my cup of coffee, and then I went into work wired. And from that, I kind of feel like a changed man. Like I had a phenomenal day. Whenever I got to work, there were people like kind of dragging their feet, getting in, being like, ugh. I was like, good morning. I was like, my friends, I had my first cup of coffee in about a month, and I am ready to have a bombastic day, and you guys are going to deal with it.
I'm going to have a great day, and it's all of your fault.
And like, I mean, that kind of helped bring the energy up in the whole, like with the whole cast. They were like, wow, I'm glad that you're happy. I was like, oh, my friend, don't you worry. We'll make this day great for you too. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And yeah, but everyone listening, I do apologize for getting into left field or coming from left field.
I mean, I'm living for it because I was like, man, this guy's got some shit to talk about today.
Yeah, that there's one of my things. Swapping stories. I keep interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
Well, we have like a lot to talk about. And there's so much to cover,
dude. And I just can't get over. Like, I'm not even like drunk. I'm just like, I'm buzzing a little.
I'm good.
I'm buzzing. I'm in a really good place. I have distance to go before I've had too much. You know what I mean? Like, I can definitely kill this bottle and be okay. Like,
be good.
I would be past the point of perfection. I'll tell you that. I'll pass the point of perfection, but still close to it. I'm just so excited to be here with you, man. Like, dude, genuinely.
It's literally been almost 2 weeks since we've recorded.
Yeah. Like we're late for therapy.
We are very late for therapy.
We missed a week with our therapists.
Yes.
And this week, it just so happens to be a damn kangaroo.
I've just been, it's been just a huge roller coaster these past few weeks,
dude. For real, like I will say, your down times were a little worse than my down times.
Well, see, here's the thing. Whenever I get that way, my brain kind of just takes itself out of the equation. It just takes itself out of reality. So it gives me a lot of time to think and panic at the same time. It's good. But what's nice about it is that I can actually have a moment to reflect in my own personal thoughts, my own head, which is nice because that's how I problem solve. That's how I ground myself. Is my brain starts to function and it starts to actually process information the way that it should be processing information. And it's not, there's a problem, I need to fix it. It's, there's a problem and that's okay.
That's very, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That shouldn't go on a shirt, but that should be written down. for somebody who needs to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like, there is a problem, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We are going to make it through it. We are going to find a way.
Yeah. Because, like, the second that there's a problem on my plate, my first instinct is fix it. But the second that I had that fucking meltdown, my brain was like, there's an issue, and it's okay. Process it in your own time. And I was just like, okay.
And you were like, I'm gonna take some time to process it.
Oh yeah,
and that's
2 whole hours.
And I hate that it was 2 hours of the attack, but like, I'm so glad that is like your like brain's way of handling these problems. You know what I mean? Being like, hey, you need to know. Like, we recognize there's an issue, but it's okay.
But it's okay.
Do you know how comforting those 2 words are together? It's okay.
2 words, well, phrases that I can't handle hearing is it's okay and it's all right.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
No, like
I retract my statement.
No, like as like a word of comforting. Like it's not that I can't stand it in like a kind of ways. Like I can't stand it like emotionally, because like, first off, we're guys.
Yeah.
So we're the one dishing that shit out.
Yeah, we're the ones saying, hey, it's okay. And then we take care of the issue.
Yeah. So for you to become vulnerable enough to hear those words, that should be hitting different.
Yeah, if like dead ass, I don't like, everything could be going peachy. And if somebody just fucking came and hugged me, like tight, you know the kind of hug I'm talking about.
Dude, don't even talk about it, bro.
If somebody came and gave you like that comforting, whatever that comforting thing is for you, and like they're just there and they say, it's okay. Tears are going to flow.
I'm getting misty-eyed.
I can see you getting misty-eyed. I'm so...
You can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
I'm kind of pulling it out right now, bro. I'm not kidding. No, that is not the... It's okay. It is okay. You don't have to drink.
Like, guys can say what they want. Dudes can say whatever they want. You cannot tell me that the biggest man in the room would not absolutely melt to have someone who they love, trust, care about, whatever, just to embrace them softly but firmly and just gently say to them, you're okay. It's okay. There's not a man alive that would not melt to that exact that whole circumstance happening. Not a single man alive. Because guys, we take care of everything. It's our job. It's what our requirement is, you know? It's kind of like part of the resume.
Yeah.
So for us to give up that control, we have to be in a really bad type of way. You know?
Yeah. Like you're in leadership, you're in leadership. Like at work, you've been in leadership, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you've helped taking the heat off of people. You know what I mean? Like, I know you have. We've talked about it. Like, you know what it's like when somebody is getting hot on somebody and you taking the reins over the situation, and then afterwards, like, being the one to let them know, be like, hey, it's not your fault.
It is okay.
It is okay. You are okay.
To be the one who constantly dishes out that statement.
And to hear it.
And to fucking hear it. Especially, because like I said, like, it's not, you know, saying that dudes are just macho. That's what our job is.
We are, a great deal of us, because let's face it, there are different types of people. How you and I were kind of raised is we are protectors. We're problem solvers. We take care of the situations, and we take care of our people.
Yes.
Those are our top 2 priorities at all time. If our people are taken care of, we're doing good. We're having a good time. things may be going bad for us, but if our people are fine, it's okay because
Everything's fine.
we're gonna handle it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, shit, I've got 4 people out. I think I can make this happen without having other people stay late to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so a perfect example of this, I won't go too far into detail just because it is still A, fresh, and B, kind of personal. One of our friends got a little overboard, and I kind of told you already about the situation of my phobias, and we've gotten better about that, by the way, as you could see as we were at Waffle House.
I could tell. That's why every time someone would do the thing, I would be like, and like I would watch, like I like seized up. I was going into like
protection.
I was going into like mama, like it's like, you know, like mama bear mode. Like if I saw you getting uncomfortable, I was going to get people away from you.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to go. And that's why like I kept being like, are you okay? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I didn't want to make you uncomfortable with that, but like I needed to know.
Yeah. And so like I've gotten better about it. The whole thing about it happening was a huge flare up. It was like unwelcomed is what caused it. But a little while ago, I did have to be in physical contact with someone for a very long period of time. Like upwards of an hour and some change.
I was getting sick.
No. But this was like a few days ago after I had my 2-hour-long panic attack and having all those issues reoccurring to where I couldn't even deal with anything. I had to put their needs above my own because they needed to be taken care of. Granted, after I did that, I had to walk outside and kind of just deal with it and kind of ground myself a bit. But, you know, that's what our job is to make sure that everyone else's needs are taken care of before we take care of our own. It's unhealthy.
Yeah,
but
in more ways than one, like not only mentally and or physically, but like in your social life as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like people are still having a good time. There are people who may like want/need, like, you know, like in their minds to like be around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to take care of your people. If you don't, you're a like if you don't, you're a dick. You know what I mean? Like if you don't care about somebody like that, you are either like they're not that close to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You and I have pretty tight like serious circles. You know what I mean? We got like our serious circles, which I have like a few people, and then we have like a little bit broader of a circle. You know what I mean? But we care for all of those all the people in those circles.
Yes. And that was kind of the thing that happened to us is like something like it wasn't a minor thing. It was a very serious thing that I had to take care of. And I, you know, it makes it just sound like I'm trying to stroke my own cock here, but like putting their needs above my own is just how I'm hardwired. That's how my brain functions. And so dealing with their needs first, then handling my own, like that's just like how people like you and I are.
Yeah.
Is we just kind of make sure that everyone else is okay first before we take care of ourselves, because our needs can wait because we know how to deal with our needs.
Yeah.
Which is both a blessing and a curse, as you've known.
It is. Like, in this time, I had some very stressful, very, very stressful times at work. My immediate boss was sick, along with like one day 3 members of my cast, and the next day 4 members of my cast. My show probably like we were fighting to be like, hey, please just shut us down for like the rest of the week, because if we keep doing this, the people who are still here are going to be sick, and it's going to be a constant cycle because people are overworking themselves. And I only needed, like, I worked everything out in my brain where, like, I wasn't putting people in situations where they would be, like, in like serious like in the serious positions longer than normal. And I had one person stay for 2 hours. And they first offered, they were like, you need me to close? I'll close. And I was like, I would absolutely love that. Thank you so much, because they offered. You know what I mean? But then later in the day, they were like, hey, can I call my family? Because their Thanksgiving dinner was today. And I was like, why the fuck did you tell me you could close? I was like, why did you do this? Because they have the same thing that we do, you know? And I feel really bad that I even had them stay those couple hours, but the reason I had to do it was because I'd already told everybody else. Because I was like, hey, kiss this guy's foot, because he is the one.
Worship the ground.
It's like if you're going to kiss anybody's ass, kiss his ass, because he offered. You know what I mean? I was like, you don't have to stay. Like, you're good. You don't have to stay. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? And he was like, hey, can I call my family? And he lives a couple hours away. And I was like, damn it, man. I was like, I won't make you close. I was like, I won't have you close now that you told me this. So then I had to rework what I had done, you know, like keep everybody within their stuff. There's a couple positions in what I do now that are the harder positions, right? And how we have it working is people aren't in those positions, like in any positions, like where they have to like be hardcore on for 3 hours at a time. They either get a position that they can like kind of check out and just kind of go on autopilot, or they get a break in their shift, right? So 3 hours, you can do anything for 3 hours. And I was able to make that happen for everybody. But that one day, and like my immediate boss, because I was on the phone with them like while they were ill, they were like, make sure you like take a break. And I was like, you got it, boss. I did not.
Got it, boss.
I took a lunch, you know, but that's because there's a period of time in the day that we have excess people. That was it. Like, and I took myself in the hard shit for the rest of the day. Like, I'm talking outside in the cold, and then a hardcore, like heavy position, and then right back in the cold. And then I worked 2 positions at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I made this shit happen without putting people outside of their normal operation. Except for that one friend who, bless them, they were willing to stay. But when the time comes to make sure that your people aren't like overhit, you will bear what you have to bear.
So it's mainly, I'm sure that you've even probably had this compared to you as well, but I'm the dad of the friend group.
I will say that, yeah, like at D&D, which at D&D it was between you and Adam.
Yes.
Because, and I think that partially has to go with the game, because Adam was the DM.
Yeah.
Adam is the DM. We will meet back up again. Adam. But if it wasn't Adam, it was you or Justin. Justin was also that. He was also there. Like, he was kind of like new to the friend group, you know, like he didn't hang around everybody all that much. You know what I'm saying? But I worked with the guy. That guy acted like that guy. Let me tell you something right now. He's another dad of a friend group right there. I'm telling you, that guy will go to the ends of the earth for his people. He will. That's why he's like one of the best friends ever. I don't talk to him nearly as much as I should. And Chris, I know you're listening. Like, all of these people, you know how we were like, we bear what we have to bear? I don't think people understand how many of us there are.
That's the thing too, is like that I've kind of developed I've become jaded because of this. Not so much in like being a grumpy old man, but I am very much a grumpy old man at the age of 25.
People call me dad at work. Not
People call me dad at
not
work.
daddy in humor. But
Yeah, they straight up look to me as a parental figure, basically.
like somebody came to me the other day and said, hey, they're like, can I get a Band-Aid? We're not supposed to like have Band-Aids and shit. Like it's all, you're supposed to send somebody somewhere for that.
Yeah.
But like it's a fucked up corporate policy. And I think it's dumb. But that's just me. Because what if somebody needs a Band-Aid for something they didn't do there? What if somebody got a paper cut and they literally just need a Band-Aid? Fuck off. But anyway. Like, I lead the stuff in the morning. If there's any changes need to be made, I take care of it. Like all that shit throughout the day. If there's any accommodations that they need to take care of themselves, I make it happen.
So, piggybacking off of that, I used to actually do that at your job. I used to keep things like Band-Aids and stuff with me all the time because I was like, this is dumb. They don't need this. I don't need this person to fill out 5 files of paperwork just so that they can get a Band-Aid.
Exactly. My immediate boss is the one who had him with her. And I was like, okay, since they had them, I was like, just let me know where they are. You know what I mean? If she ran out, I would buy more. They were like, when people started going just a little bit hoarse, I brought in like teas. Like, I was like, hey, does anyone have cough drops? Stuff like that. I was like, cough drops. We got the stuff to take care of you. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, and I don't have no company card. I mean, yeah, it's just a few bucks, of stuff, but like,
you are spending your money.
I foot the bill. And like, yes, it is just a couple bucks, but I don't care if it was like half of my check. I would do it to take care of my people.
I hate sometimes that you and I are so alike, because I have done the exact same thing. But here's the thing. I have spent a good majority of my check taking care of people.
I know you have.
And I have no issue doing it. Granted, it puts me in a bad way for like bills and stuff, but
we're okay. We'll figure it out, right?
Literally, I'll figure it. That is the constant statement that I give people that gives them the assurance that they need that everything is fine. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. I'm working on it.
I'll figure.
Thanks for letting me know.
God, I fucking hate you. The fact that we're so alike in so many ways.
Someone comes to you at a random time of the day. Hey, can I talk to you? Absolutely. Let's step outside right now.
Hey, you're in the middle of an important conversation, life or death. Someone from your team comes up, says, hey, can we talk to you? You're going to die if you don't finish this conversation. On it. Come talk to me real quick.
If it's a random stranger and I'm doing CPR, that stranger's going to die. They're not in my circle. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. They need me. Fucking
the options have been weighed. The choice has been made. Now perish. Yes, what do you need? Yeah, my head hurts.
Just be like,
dumb.
And that's what it would be. I have a paper cut. Can you get me a Band-Aid? Absolutely. Absolutely. Time of death, 137. Like writing that down as I'm on my way to get
on a post-it, crumple it, toss it on their corpse.
On my way to get a fucking Tylenol. You know what I'm saying?
You crumple it up, toss it on their corpse, and just like, let's get you a Tylenol, honey.
Oh my God.
Literally, I hate it. Because, like, the thing is, too, is like, that's not even the way that I was raised. Because me and my brother raised each other. It is just how my brain functions. I don't know if it's some weird parental instinct or like what.
I was gonna say, my brother took care of me most. My mom, okay, my mom took care of me a lot. I'm not going to say anything negative about my mother right now. It was my mom and my brother, and I spent most of my time with my brother. My brother did a good chunk of raising me. He and I are 9 years apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you and your brother, y'all were learning shit together. My brother was a teenager when shit was going down, and you know the shit that went down. My brother was a teenager. He was the one who was like, these people I will defend. And straight up, I kind of think that is the reason why I feel like that's... Because, like, that's what I saw, and that's what I feel like I need to be. You know?
It's like... It's not some driving force. It is just like, this is what it means to be a man.
Or this is what I need to be.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not so much like I feel the need to do this because I want to. It's, I need to. That is my sole purpose in this world. Because I'll tell people, like, if there is a god or gods, the reason why they put me here is to take care of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've dealt with enough. I know what it's like for things to suck. There is no reason why anyone else should have to deal with that shit. You don't live long enough for it to matter. So I was put here to make sure that your life is as easy as possible. Because I've already seen shit. You don't need to see shit.
Right.
So take my experience for your own. Me and Zach both are basically the dads of our friend group. We're like the gay dad couple.
Zach's definitely the mom dad.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm the disgruntled, jaded dad.
Zach, if you see this or hear this at any point, I love you. But you're the mom dad, okay? We've sat at Waffle House enough, and I have heard, Zach, put your fucking phone down enough to know that you're the dad. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll sit there and just record you. He's like, oh my God. Yes.
He's like, I gotta save this. We're gonna put this in the photo album. See, fucking Joanne's picking out scrapbook shit.
That is so him. That is so annoying. I hate that so much.
But you can't help but love him.
Because, like, he doesn't come from a bad place. He's just like, all right, honey, don't forget to smile. I'm just like,
you know how I know he's the mom dad? Has your mom ever said, hey, so I saw this thing on Facebook and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Whenever you sit down at the table and he says, hey, look at this TikTok.
that is Zach to a fucking T.
I can't say anything. I show TikToks like nobody's damn business. I was showing you some before we started this.
I'll show things that I find to be like genuinely funny. Things that just tickle my biscuit. But Zach finds literally everything funny and he's just like, look at this.
That's how I am on with Instagram Reels. I have two groups. The top 4 are people that I send literally everything that I find funny to, and with the amount of Instagram Reels that you get from me, you know which one you're in.
Every damn day.
Every damn day. You don't even have to watch them. I don't care if you watch them. I just need to know that you have them in case you get bored. And
every damn day, I feel my phone go, and I'm like, is it Alex?
Alex is on Instagram.
It's Alex. Oh God, he's on Instagram, and he sends me some of the funniest shit that you will ever see in your life.
But you see, I have another group of people. You are like, the small group is included in the larger group, but the larger group gets the tamer things. So if you see something and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. But if you see anything and there's like a pixelated penis, you are one of 4 people. Like if you see Mike Myers as the Cat in the Hat and he says, look at this. And it's a pixelated
magical
dick.
And full of wonder.
And it's a big old cock. You are one of 4 people that have got that video from me. There are 3 other people besides yourself who I send that to in this entire planet.
This entire universe. You are one of 4.
Dude, I know, I'm making this sound more special than it is. I just need you to know I'm connected to more people through Instagram than I am at any other platform. I have friends that I met when I was 16 that I text randomly that live in Mongolia. That I text from Instagram. Okay, that's how I talk to them.
You're like,
no, for real. I texted my friend one day. I texted him one night after we recorded the podcast because I was like, hey, you know, I thought about you while I was on the podcast. And I think it's because I was talking about Texas Roadhouse or some shit like that on the pod. And I was like, hey, you were on my mind. How are you doing? Shit like that. And by the way, this time of night is the perfect time to text somebody because it is the middle of their day. It is the middle of their day. I could probably text my friend right now and be like, hey, how you doing? They'd be like, are you drunk? And I'm going to be like, I'm not even that drunk. This is great.
I am, but not.
Yes. 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 This is fucking phenomenal because like anytime I get drunk off wine, I usually get giggly, but right now I feel so energized.
Pinot Grigio is the thing to drink.
I don't know if it's even Pinot Grigio, but I think it's kind of yellowtail too. Well, maybe it is Pinot Grigio. I didn't get fucked up off the last one.
But you did only sip.
I took like 3 sips, bro.
But
3 or 4 sips.
Drinking what I drank from last week, or not last week, the week before last, to what I'm drinking now, I'm about the same. Alex?
Yes. Oh no, pixelate this. We'll get banned.
Alex!
Yes.
I'm remembering a funny video that I actually sent to the person who you met today.
Yeah. We're on crack cocaine right now, apparently. I think that's what they sneak in this Pinot Grigio. They use yellowtail to, like, export their crack from Australia.
So, I'm actually going to send this to them as well. So, during the podcast that we recorded last, we drank another Pinot Grigio.
Yes, we did.
So, me and this person have been trying to hang out for quite some time now. But here's the thing. Sometimes they just fall asleep or they just can't come over the time. And that's okay. But both of our bottles has like half, if not more. And so like they tell me that they're not going to be able to come over. And so jokingly, I sent them a video of me opening the bottle. Fuck. Flicking off the cap and just downing the rest of what was in my Pinot Grigio.
Did you kill the rest of that bottle last week?
I sculled the entire bottle.
You absolute madman. I would have done that to this in a heartbeat.
It was so funny. She was impressed. I got it.
So, she was impressed. Watch us get banned for fucking nudity. Are we not banned? We also don't have any watching. I don't care. Y'all listening on Spotify and y'all watching on YouTube, I apologize. We had an issue with the TikTok, which, by the way, if you want early access, we have been talking about the TikTok for so fucking long, we have never phrased it like this, ever.
That is true.
If you want early access to an episode, and if you want a full, uncut version,
uncut, uncensored,
fucking real I will say it doesn't have the edits, so be sure to go back and watch the YouTube because you never know. You may find something. But if you want to hang out with us, we record in the fucking dead of night on Monday nights.
Yes.
Nobody's
Around
watching.
12 to 2 a.m.
Yeah, that's usually when we start. Between those two times, usually it's closer to the latter. Closer, but not quite there. Usually it's around 1. But tonight we got frisky. No, we did not get frisky. We were just having fun at the Waffle House, which is our pre-episode tradition. Uh-oh.
Huh?
I've been gulping this wine.
Yeah.
It's starting to kick in. I'm still full of energy, though, and I'm so excited because, like, I never drink anything. I never drink any kind of alcohol, and I'm like, I'm ready to go, coach. Usually, like, when I get to feeling, like, mentally, or, like, whenever I'm perceiving the world as I am right now, usually when I'm drinking alcohol and I get this way, I'm like, I'm ready for bed, especially with as late as it is. But tonight, I'm like,
I think it's just us catching that second wind. Because I think for a little bit, we were getting a little bit of that burn.
yeah.
We're starting to catch the tail end of the afterburners. Because we really didn't have much to do, right? I mean, we have so many plans, so many ideas. And we can't really do a whole lot right now. Because because A, it's winter, so money's going to start to get pretty scarce here soon.
Money's getting scarce, especially I was a week out from work, bro. The doctor told me, I went to the doc on Wednesday, which is the start of my week. They told me I wasn't cleared till Monday, which was the first day off of that week. I got paid for one day that week. Well, a couple bosses up the chain was like, I'm going to do you a little favor, but that's only like 2 or 3 days. I'm still missing a day or two's pay, and a day or two's pay at what I'm getting right now is a hefty amount. I have
This shit hurted.
But I've also been working over.
I've been making it a point to work as much as I can, but at the same time, self-care was like name of the game this week. After dealing with everything, self-care was like my number one thing. I never really understood practicing self-care until I was about 23. So I've only been doing it for 2 years now. And that is like full maintenance of my body. Granted, it's not like eating right, but it's giving myself a simple massage at the end of a workday to make my body feel like it's not dying. Taking time to myself to enjoy myself.
That fucking sitting by yourself for a minute and thinking. And not just like literally not doing anything. Might I suggest, okay, as a somebody who is a practicing, or like who is not a certified but a practicing life coach, I'm going to say this phrase. Can I offer you something?
Yes.
I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
To a video.
Okay.
And it is a like hour-long worth of music.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
When you go to sit by yourself and think, you have a TV in your room, yes?
Yeah.
I implore you.
Yeah.
Are you able to access YouTube on this TV?
Yeah.
Look this video up. Find something comforting to drink that's not alcohol. I know it's comforting. I know it's comforting. But find something that is good to start your day.
So,
I don't care if it's chocolate milk.
whoa. So, funnily enough, even though sake is an alcohol, it's provided in small doses. If I ever need to unplug and just vibe, I will fix a full little tankard I'll fix one of these guys right here. One of these gets me in that perfect zone. I'm talking perfect. Where I'm not drunk, but I'm not sober. I'm right there where I need to be. One of these gets me right there. And you can microwave this.
Yeah, because sake is served hot a lot of times.
So I can microwave my sake.
Might I ask, after this episode's over, of course, and maybe possibly after, we will review this. I'll foot the bill next time on these things, that we review these drinks.
Sake?
These two specific sakes.
So this one, I'm not going to recommend that we do.
I don't recommend it either because I tasted it already and it hurt.
Yes. But this is ozeki. This is basic sake. This is like the stuff they serve at Little Tokyo.
If I get that right there, we will. What's the ABV on that?
Good question. But I will tell you right now, it won't even matter.
We will kill that thing?
The reason why it doesn't matter is because, especially for you, you've never drank sake.
I've not. I think the only sake that I've had is Korean.
So like soju.
I believe.
Yeah. So our bodies are not very, very used to sake.
I don't know.
This stuff hits me like a fucking freight train.
I was about to ask, but then I was like, that's very rude, because that's your stuff that you bought with your money that was not for the pod, and that's your stuff.
I would be happy to go and get this. I love sake. It is one of my personal favorite drinks.
I mean, the one that I had, because technically, by what it's made of and the processes thereof, it's sake. It is sake.
It's a rice wine.
And it was delicious. It was also 13%, and the bottle fucked me up.
Yep.
Well, I had beers along with it, so. How much is left in that thing?
I'd probably say about 2 or 3 more tankards. If I were to make a educated guess here. I'm looking for the APV. It's 14.5. It's really not, because that is on the dot about 29 proof. 29, 30 proof.
14.
I can't do math right now.
14 point what?
14.5.
That's 29 proof, exactly.
So, with this, as a 29 proof, can get me fucked if I drink more than one tankard of this.
If you drink a tankard, yeah. But what about those little tiny cups?
Well, that's the thing. So, like, I will make this, and then I'll microwave it, and then I'll just put it in my cup, because microwaving it gets hot. I put it in there for about a minute, and it is scalding.
Of course you put it in for a minute. I've put full styrofoam cups of coffee, which don't microwave styrofoam. It's not recommended. But I do things that aren't recommended, like drink a whole bottle of wine in a night. Yeah, we are not responsible drinkers. We are responsible in the fact that we abide the law. We don't drive drunk. We don't do things illegally. But as far as safe consumption, we're trying to show you what's going to happen to you when you get fucked up, okay? So you can prepare. If you don't like the way that we are when we're fucked up on this stuff, then like, hey, this is your warning. Don't do it. If you like the way that we are when we're fucked up, by all means. But I'm not encouraging anything. But anyway. Man, now we're talking about it. I'm curious, but I don't want to try it on the show.
I mean, maybe not. I was going to say, I would be more than happy to share a tankard with you. But,
well, let's see how we're feeling once we call it. Which, by the way, speaking of calling it, we've been recording for a while over an hour now.
Yeah. How long have we been recording?
The first like 10 minutes were kind of null and void.
It's about 120.
About 120. We're getting really close. And I know that you still have things that happened that you didn't get to talk about.
Like what?
Well, we had 2 weeks of events. Well, the reason I say is because I know I still have a lot of things that I didn't get to talk about. Like, for example, in the next episode of the 5 o'clock reboot, you will get to hear about I was sick with the flu. I was out of work for a week. That happened to coincide with me meeting the worst boss in a video game that I've ever met in my life, which caused me to quit playing that video game for the week that I was out.
Tell you what.
I had my first trip to Sexy Stuff, which is a adult store. These are things that I'm going to talk about in the next week's episode. Please remind me.
Why don't you cover some of this stuff real quick?
I'm going to save the Sexy Stuff story because I kind of want to talk about that when I'm a little bit sober. Okay, so y'all, I was out of work for a week. All right? I don't do that. All right? I haven't been out of work for a week in a while. I'm actually going to take time off in the closed season of my job this year, so I'm going to kind of experience something like that, except this time I'll actually be able to function as a human being. I had the flu. This year the flu knocked me on my ass. I was so sick at my stomach that the day that I went to the doc and I went home, I was not able to keep anything on my stomach. Literally nothing. And the next day I took it really easy because that's what the doc told me. The doc told me to Derek has donned his winter cool weather attire, which is a beautiful red and black jacket. But anyway, me being out of work for that week, I was like, I'll just chill. I'll like watch some anime. I'll play some video games or something. I am currently very, very balls deep in a game called Elden Ring.
Oh, God.
Which is from Software, which made the Dark Souls games arguably one of the hardest games of all time. I'm not saying Elden Ring is, but From Software makes some really hard games. And I love them. Those games are so awesome because the way they design the stories is insane. You have to hunt for the lore. You have to pay attention when you pick up items, when you pick up armor sets, when you pick up literally anything. You have to, if you want to know the story, you have to read. You have to read the item descriptions, and you have to think about where you pick things up. And there are NPCs. You can get items like that, from the NPCs, but you have to think about it and stuff. And it's not very clearly written out, as in this person dies and all this stuff happens. For example, spoiler alert in Dark Souls 1. If you've not played Dark Souls 1 by now and you're concerned about spoilers, fucking get on it.
It's too late. The game's been out for long enough.
Exactly. There's an area in the game where you have a certain NPC summon that you can bring in for a boss fight called the Iron Golem. His name is Black Iron Tarkus. And you summon him, and then you go into the next area, and there's this little area where you have to do this tightrope walk. It's not literally a tightrope walk. You walk among the rafters in this church-looking building. And if you walk to the bottom, you will find a corpse. And that has an item. When you pick up the item, it gives you the entire Black Iron set. And you find out that Black Iron Tarkus, after clearing Sen's Fortress, went to Anor Londo and got to the area that you were in and was not able to keep his footing and fell and died. That's how you find his set, and that's how you figure out what happened to him. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. You have to look for the story of the game. There is a basic story. It's this is my goal. I'm doing this for this reason. But if you pay attention and read, you can get so much more. The world is so fucking involved. And that's how it is with every From Software game. Demon Souls, Dark Souls, all the Dark Souls franchise and the Demon Souls, and Sekiro, I would reckon. I've not played Sekiro, I can't confirm, but Elden Ring, I know for sure. And I met a boss called Melania Blade of Mikola. And this boss is, as I've researched by multiple videos, arguably the hardest boss that From Software has ever created. She has 2 phases. She has a full health bar for her first phase and like 80% of her health bar for the second phase. The first phase is ridiculous. Every single hit that she lands, whether you block or whether you don't, she heals. Like, she heals a lot off of every single hit she gets on you.
Fuck that.
Now, in her second phase, she becomes... Okay, spoiler alert here. Spoiler alert here. If you're playing this and you don't know and you don't have any clue, fucking plug your ears for the next 3 minutes.
Start counting.
Start counting.
Mississippi.
Mississippi. She becomes the goddess of rot. She lets that shit take over. And while she also heals on her hits, she's also way more aggressive, and she has a new moveset, along with her old moveset. All the moves that you've encountered before, you can see, and she has multiple new moves that will fuck your day. She starts her fight with a dive bomb that is... You have to run towards her to dodge, by the way. You run towards her to dodge. And then after she does her dive bomb, there is a slight delay and then a second attack. Because it's a big flower and then it blooms. And when it blooms, if it immediately blooms and you're there, it will kill you instantly. Almost. If your health is what it is mine, you'll die instantly. And it also causes a status effect, which is worse than poison. Poison in Dark Souls is a death sentence, if you don't have an item to relieve that. Poison in Dark Souls, manageable. Scarlet Rot, however, takes a larger increment of your health per X amount of time. Her attacks and certain attacks deal Scarlet Rot damage, which is greater damage. Also, it builds that status effect, and if you get hit with that and you don't have things to cure yourself, you're done. You're done. Stop the fight. Fucking quit the game. Save. Watch some YouTube. Smoke some marijuana or whatever you do to calm down. But calm down.
We have that to talk about too.
That's illegal.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I know. This is all entertainment. We could be making this shit up. Also, the 3 minutes have almost ended that I said earlier. So, yeah. For those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about, and I didn't spoil anything. For those of you who don't know, I encountered the hardest boss that I've ever encountered in my life while I was sick, getting fucking vomiting with the flu for a week. I still haven't beat this boss. I'm trying actively. I'm going to stream this.
Do they have...
Next time I play.
Do they have cross-plat yet?
I know that I have cross-plat in For Honor.
That is true.
That we can make parties and play together.
We need to do that. In other news, I officially had a good experience smoking the ganja. I actually had a decent experience compared to my first time, which I do believe that I did talk about in a previous episode, where I completely got greened out, and I was like, not okay at all. Accidentally got greened out 2 nights ago. It was the night before this night.
I will say, the stuff that you can buy at a store, like Delta 8 and stuff like that, because where we're at, that's legal, has fucked me up really hard. And that has 0.03 amount of the stuff that like is in regular stuff. So I can understand how you greened out.
Well, so the reason why I greened out is because I didn't put it into perspective of like, oh fuck, I don't have a tolerance yet. So I took a little more than I needed to. But the first couple of experiences that I did have, I felt a little more safe in the environment that I was taking it into, because I do trust the individual who I was smoking with a lot more.
Hopefully they're awesome.
Yes, exactly. She was fantastic. And I mean, she obviously didn't really know what to do once I greened the fuck out. But my brain, as I said before, operates differently than most people's brains. Is once I green out, I clock out. My brain unplugs and just does not want to deal with anything that's going on. What was really cool about her, though, is that she did kind of start to take care of me, besides her cat Mims, little Twilight. We love Twilight. She did take care of me and help me feel okay. So that was good. But other than that experience, like most of the experiences that I've had with her, fantastic, would do again. Turns out at the moment, I prefer joints more than I prefer bong. Because the bong is what gets me to that zone.
Now, speaking of getting in the zone.
In the zone. AutoZone, today's sponsor.
Fuck, I wish we had a sponsor. Oh my god. If you ever get an email, check the fucking show's email regularly. We have over 50 subscribers now. And if you're not subscribed and you're listening to this, what are you doing? Why are you still here without subscribing? If you are this far into this episode of all episodes and you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're going to get content like this, except sometimes maybe a little milder in the sense of like left fieldness. But this is the content that we create. If you love this, hang in with us, guys. We appreciate you. You're part of our team. And you know how we feel about our team. These are our people and we will defend.
We will take care of you. We'll contact you.
We will contact you. Alex, we have neighbors. Fuck off. You know.
Fuck off. That will never not be my favorite.
I need to vocode that over the Star Spangled Banner.
We will contact you.
We will contact you with your information on the U.S. government. You know, like
They need to hear.
I'm so fucking stupid.
It's about laughter.
It's about shoving this bottle up your ass. But Derek.
Yeah.
I need to know, where does Yellowtail's Pinot Grigio lie upon your clock? I see that you still have some in your bottle. Would you like to drink that real quick and tell me how the taste is? You got a little bit left there, buddy. I see that as a problem. Give it a second, let it aerate, and get that last swig. Get that last swig in there if you're able. If you're able. I don't want to cause you to get sick, but if you're able, please.
I'm giving it a second. Give it a moment. 2. Settle.
That's fair. Fucking do what you gotta do, baby.
I feel like this is 2 shots worth, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish that off.
It's just wine. You have like maybe you have about a quart. It's just that's an Auntie Donna reference for anyone who's curious.
It's just
one noodle. I mean, fucking give that shit a go.
I'm not gonna lie. Give me a second.
If you don't finish it, I will.
Give me a second.
He's got the finger up, folks. He's got a finger up. That means he's thinking and contemplating seriously. Give it to me straight, Derek. I mean, don't fuck me over. Don't fuck me over. He's got his bottle. He's got his hands on the bottle. Oh my god, he's gonna go for the shit. He's gonna go for the bong. He's gonna go for the shit. He's gonna go for the bottle. Oh, I see sips. Not even a sip. There's an empty bottle on this show, folks. There's an empty bottle. Let's go.
I may have made a mistake.
You did not make a mistake, buddy.
I may have.
Why?
But I will say, oh, this is gonna go bad.
You might be further gone than I am.
Yeah,
I've drank over. I've had a couple the past couple nights. Maybe I have a little stronger tolerance than you right now.
a little bit. Yeah. So Pinot Grigio, Yellowtail. I will say, clearly has been an enjoyable experience the whole way around. We've been able to drink it as is, no problems, and no huge complaints minus the tartness that kind of just really folds into it. So the zestiness, if you will.
Which they warned you.
They said it beforehand, fresh and zesty. And boy, was it zesty. I don't know. I feel like if this was offered to me, I would definitely drink it.
Yeah.
But I can't think in a scenario where I would be like at a restaurant and I would think to drink something like this with like a steak or something, like something you typically enjoy a wine with. Like what would I enjoy this with?
I don't know what Pinot Grigio usually pairs with. I'll Google it real quick because like the answer is right here.
The answer is at our fingertips.
Light and fresh flavors. So like this would be something to drink with like salads, seafood,
Salad?
maybe like a grilled chicken or something like that, like without too much.
Now that I'm thinking about it, this with my favorite sushi
Would send you to another world.
that would send me to another earthly realm.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like wines pair different with different foods because like you can't put this in the same category as like a
full body.
you can't put this in the category as a red wine. Like red wines are usually a little bit more bitter. They have a kind of a buttery have a buttery flavor.
We'll see.
Or the
Red
low
wines,
quality ones do anyway.
red wines are a full body, so they'll typically use like the skins, the peels, and things like that.
Right. So they obviously pair better with your heavier things.
Yes. So with the Yellowtail Pinot Grigio,
I can't hold it anymore. I'm gonna need you to talk about this while I pee.
So I will say that, so the way that this reacted with me, it's a very simple wine and it tastes fantastic. I can't really think about what exactly I'd be able to eat with this off the top of my head, because it has a sweetness to it. So maybe something to complement it. So maybe something salty, something a little spicy, something that I could drink that would counteract something like that. The Pinot Grigio was fantastic drink by itself. I can hear him moaning in the background and I'm scared. Mom, come pick me up. He's moaning while he pees. Sorry about that. Let me make sure that... Whoa. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to fix the game so that you could potentially hear him moaning in the background. Personally, I would say that the Yellowtail Pinot Grigio was absolutely, without a doubt, a 5 out of the 5 o'clock reboot, because if this was offered to me, I would drink it 100%.
Really? Were you laughing?
Absolutely.
You weren't laughing at me at all while I was peeing, were you?
No.
That was
Tune into next week's episode to find out, Alex.
That was the best pee I've had in my entire life.
I could tell. I could hear you from here. I was like, damn, this boy's really going for it.
I wish your gain was up a little higher at that moment, because I wish I could hear the shit I said. I know for a fact I was like, fuck me. Oh my God, I'm still going. Wow.
I may have turned up the gain.
Oh my God. Now, you said that the Yellowtail Pinot Grigio was a 5?
I say that it's a solid 5, because the way that it complemented itself, and the fact that we could just casually drink it.
You never, ever finish a bottle on this podcast. You didn't even finish.
And if I do,
you didn't even finish the last Pinot Grigio on this podcast,
right.
on air.
Yeah, this was easy to drink.
I will say I did kind of pressure you at the end. I apologize for all of you listening.
No, there was. I had less than what you had. There was no pressure involved. But now, Alex.
Yes.
I must ask.
Yeah.
You must finish your bottle. But where does the Yellowtail Pinot Grigio lie upon the clock?
When you go back and watch this to edit,
For you.
When you go back to watch this to edit, you will see that I almost finished this bottle 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
I reached for it multiple times, and I was like, I gotta wait till the end.
Gotta finish it.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Finish it. Do it. Skate. White boy wasted.
I apologize for that smack that you just
Savor the flavor.
were able to cut out. I need to savor the flavor, because I won't taste this again until I buy another bottle, which might be tomorrow.
Honestly,
I'm not going to drink one tomorrow, but I may go ahead and have it on hand for the end of my 10-day stretch, because I know you're not like super duper hardcore on wine. I like wine a lot more than a lot of people, or a lot of guys, I guess. But are we going back to we're going back to Derek faking sign language?
Do
you remember the fucking...
I am fucked
I'm
right now.
so happy. I sound like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Oh, God.
Fight me. Oh.
I
am so sorry to future me.
Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a 5 o'clock. Double 5 o'clock.
5.
We need to... Here. Put this in front of your mic and turn up the gain. Are you able... before we start, are you able to save sounds and, like, put them in?
Maybe. That is not a question for present me.
I know it's not a question for present you. But you who's editing, I hate to ask things of you. I genuinely hate to ask things of you. But do you think you could save the sound that we're about to make on your mic?
Potentially.
If you are, do you think you could save this sound and put it over double 5 o'clocks?
5 o'clock. Future,
but only double 5 o'clocks. You'll see it. You're watching this later.
Future me, you're seeing this. I apologize to you in advance.
And I'm apologizing to you, current you and future you now. I'm apologizing to you, Derek. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. If you're not look at me. I'm telling you, look at me right now, Derek. Damn it.
I can tell I'm gonna get freaked the fuck out later.
Birds aren't real, Derek.
The birds are fake.
The birds are fucking fake, you fake. But if you can at all, save this sound that we're about to make in front of your mic. If you can save it and put it in only for double 5 o'clocks, that would be the sexiest shit that's ever been seen ever. Okay?
Let's do it.
I feel like I'm a time traveler right now talking to you in the future. All right, ready? Ready? All right. Here. Right here. And then one, two.
Hold on.
That's bullshit. Hold on. All right. And. Ooh, that was crispy.
That was crispy. Okay.
All right.
But now, Alex.
Wait, hold on a minute. Actually, I feel like my answer is probably going to be a little less interesting than yours. Did you turn your gain back down?
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah.
Let me make sure that. Hold on. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alex.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Oh my god. In reality, I'm on a raft. On a raft. But the sun isn't beating down ridiculously. It's almost as if the weather's perfect. Or if it's hot to most, then I'm acclimated. And I can hear the sea. I can hear the waves kind of clapping against the ends of my raft. And I can hear the fucking... And it's so nice, and I'm laying flat down on this raft in the middle of the ocean, but to be clear, just so it's more comfortable, there's land that I am able to direct myself towards. And I'm in control of this situation. But I'm so far away from the land that technically nobody would know that I'm not wearing socks. You see, Derek, nobody, would know, especially because, I'm not sitting up, so they wouldn't know I'm not wearing a shirt. And I kind of have myself laid in a position to where if somebody even were to have binoculars or a telescope, they wouldn't be able to tell that I'm not wearing pants. Minus the small detail. There's all 3 inches of a 110% American Oscar Mayer wiener poking up in the air. My friend, I am in the absolute perfect weather. The salt of the sea is not bothering me. I can hear the whooshing of waves. And I myself am able to stave off the worries of everyday life. And for some reason, my skin is not getting baked, by the sun. And my friend, I'm here to tell you, I am zooted butt naked. I am zooted butt naked on this podcast.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Now, Derek.
Yes.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
And that is, what are you wearing?
Now, little did you know, Alex.
Yeah?
I'm on that raft with you.
Really?
Yes. We have been sitting in the sun for so long that I have decided that clothes are for the weak.
Absolutely they are, especially this far out in the ocean.
This far out in the ocean, the sun's beating down on us.
But the thing is, we're kind of acclimated. We're a little,
we're getting a nice tan.
Yeah.
But I decide shade is good. So I shed my clothes and I strip them apart, and I make them into a nice little tent, if you will. Something that's going to cover us rather well. I make that for us, but then I realize I didn't have any thread or a needle for that fact. So how the shit am I holding this shit together? I don't know. Throughout all this motion in the ocean, I'm feeling quite seasick. I will be sleeping with the trash can beside me tonight.
Damn, I didn't realize you were getting hit that hard.
Yes, it has been a while since we've drank anything so fantastic. But then I realize we don't have a flag
We don't have a flag
to sail upon our raft.
Oh my God, Derek, what is our flag?
So last minute ditch effort, I sailed the gray and black and red flag of my boxers in the wind.
Absolute fruit of the loom flag.
Fruit of the loom. Saying to everyone that, yes, we are here. Yes, we are flying our colors proudly. And yes, Alex Wilson, I, too, am zooted but naked.
My friend, we're zooted but naked and singing sea shanties on the sea, as it's meant to be.
I would even dare to say that I am thrashed, trashed, and ready to be bashed.
I was going to offer that to you, but I was not going to force that upon you.
My son, my boy.
Now, you throwing this to me. Oh my God, I'm in left field. I caught the ball.
Caught the ball.
And with me catching the ball, I'm here to tell you today, my friends, we would like to thank you all so much for listening. And with this, we need you to know that we would very much like you. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like the episode. If you have something to say, be sure to comment upon the episode. And guys, if you want more of the content that we are offering you today, be sure to subscribe to the channel on YouTube.
Join the Discord.
Follow us on Spotify. And guys, if you want to communicate with us and a community, we have a whole ass community.
Well, whole community.
Join the Discord.
I think.
And not all, like, obviously Discord, whenever you join in our channel on Discord, it's like, hi, so-and-so has joined the Discord.
Yes.
It's going to tell us that regardless. What I want you to do is tell us.
Do you think that soon we should be doing the mixed drinks?
Yes.
The drink ideas.
Yes. Starting next year. Starting in you know what? I'm going to put it out to us. I'm going to put it out to everybody. But you and I will have to work to get... Hey, Snappy.
I'm so
Mr.
sorry.
Snappy. It's okay. I don't care. This is our show. But Snappy, I'm gonna throw out the challenge to us. You and I will have to work together. You and I are both going to have to foot bills on episodes. All right, there,
yes.
Snappy. Starting in January. The first episode we record in January
will be
the first, if it's legitimate, if it's not the gasoline mixed drink, then will be the first mixed drink request from the Discord. So, we will start next year with the series of mixed drinks that are requested in the Discord. So, if there's anything you would like for us to drink, throw it out to us in the Discord, and we will make it and drink it, y'all. Let's see here. Comment, subscribe. Yeah, I've thrown that all out to you pretty clear.
I will tell you guys right now, I'm very excited for next week.
Next week is going to be a blast. Okay, so if it's not the first, the next time we record will be the very end of December. It's going to be something very special. But starting in January is the mixed drinks.
It genuinely will be something very special in my eyes, which is why I am in my jacket here.
I could tell that's why you're in your jacket. But y'all, like I said, if you like the content, like the episode on YouTube and Spotify, if you have something to say it in the comments. And if you have something to say to us directly, join the Discord. But my friends, if you want more content like this and you aren't already, be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify. Now, my friends, with that, Derek and myself, y'all, we want to catch y'all in the next one, okay? We appreciate you hanging in, and we want to see you again. So y'all, will catch you in the next one.